Yeah, okay, once again, RPM Trade Vietnam in this bitch. I will be doing an open carry demonstration probably within the next couple of hours of posting this right here. Man, I wish I'm always hoping that I'm well understood when I say anything at all. Um, of course, like anything else, I give myself a certain margin of error that later on in life that I may come upon a new understanding, new information, or a new perspective that will cause for me to change my opinion or my position on certain things. That being said, let me say this. If you were to take 1,000 people who have any kind of relationship with each other within, let's say, even 3 degrees of separation, maybe the whole 6. Apparently, we all know each other through 6 degrees of separation. I would say give it 3, whatever. Within 3 degrees of separation, if you were to take some of the biggest names at the very top, where there is including sports, or the financial system, technology, space exploration, religion, all of it. If there is a head of all of these things, then find it, whoever it is. Climb the fucking ladder till you have no one else to point to. But the top dog, find them all. Now we're going to talk about what it is that if all of these guys have anything at all in common that seems to be an ingredient, maybe even an unspoken ingredient in the recipe of being successful in conquering endeavors. If you were talking to an entrepreneur, you're trying to teach kids that this is how things go, and you want to point out different things that seem to be a common trait in these in the massive power you find being held by people at the tip top of these industries, let's just fucking talk about it. Do they all come from single parent houses? Do they all have dicks? Are they men? Hey, if all of these people at the tip tops of these things are men, I get to fucking say that they got that in common, that they're all men. Period. Do they all get white skin? If so, I get to say that. What else do you have? Do they all tend to be clean shaven, no facial hair? If that were a trait that you would commonly find in categorizing or describing the people at the heads of these industries, I get to fucking say that. What the fuck does that ever mean to anybody that I'm going to describe them from all angles, especially all the things that they seem to have in common, to see if there's a common theme or a recipe to conquering these kinds of things, man. We need to fucking examine this shit. And I get to say that. Whatever I find, I get to say, hey, I think I found a correlation between this and that. But none of these guys have facial hair. What is that? What is that? If that's the case, I get to say it. What else do they have? You know what? You know what's really important to people? Spirituality and religious belief. That's important. Oh, so I wonder. Fuck y'all bitches. Y'all bitches for even saying 2 words to anybody about this shit. Like you complaining or censoring this kind of thing isn't telling of what it is that we trying to point out in the first place. You ain't doing nothing but confirming all of our fucking suspicions about what the fuck is going on. So if there is a spiritual or religious commonality in the people at the heads of all of this shit, I get to say that shit. And if you don't like it, then I'm going through all of these different characteristics, and then I stumble upon that one and say, damn, they all seem to have this in common too. You can kiss my dick. And if you don't fucking like me pointing that shit out, bust a move. Do something about it. Did this sound like fighting words to you? Fuck out my face, bro. I'm going to describe all of these motherfuckers to a T so I can understand. How the fuck is it can one achieve such things in the world that's so competitive? How'd you get there? Let's see. I want to know all your characteristics, bro. all your characteristics, especially the ones that seem to be powerful, important, where there's a sensible expectation that a man of any faith, when finding his success, is going to thank his God and contribute his success to the faithful path that he's been walking, if he is taking his religion seriously at all. This is logical shit. So if they all have something in common, and I point out, you can kiss my dick if that make you feel like something, because I pointed out something that's obvious even when you say it to the haters. You say it to the haters, they don't tell you, no, that's not true. They say, hey, don't say that. Man, fuck y'all. Now, just like that. Fuck y'all. That dumb shit. You ain't finna play me with the shit. You making me feel like something by acting like that. Period. So censorship, go ahead and rock your shit. You ain't doing no but turning me the fuck up. Fuck out my face with that bullshit. Now, I like being that rough like that, because what it is that y'all doing is such a crazy thing that you don't deserve peace, courtesy, or nothing from me, bro. I don't owe you shit. I don't owe them nothing, bro. And you don't either. Who gives a fucking fuck about emotions when we are talking about something so serious? They don't. They want you to pander to the pain of being black, not just in America but across the world. There's a sentiment out there where people go, yeah, something's wrong, and yeah, Black Lives Matter, and yeah, there's some pain there that if you outside of that you can't understand, and you gotta show some empathy and blah. You say this about black people, but then you stop that shit short when a black person go, hey, am I bugging, or is there multiple characteristics that all of these people in this upper echelon of what we're talking about, they all share a few things in common, and one of them is kind of weird, and their book actually says that anybody outside of them is hardly even fucking human. Fuck them. They are slaves to work for us, and this ain't my fault that shit say that. If you look at the power of honest observation, yeah, straight tweaking. There's a glitch in their mental process, very similar to irrational and unstable thought processes when doing drugs. And I say you is almost high. Are you high? That's how I feel when you got to address this type of shit to regular people, even people who aren't even a part of this group. They don't even adhere to this religion. And you can find them just as offended. That's a programmed reaction. If I say fuck, shit, dick, pussy, ass, and you respond to that like, oh, I'm kind of offended, your language, you got programmed to respond like that, because the sounds of those things don't really do nothing unless somebody tell you that when you hear these sounds, react in this way. You got to be taught to do that. So let's not be so lost in our emotional stumbling upon the earth as human beings that we forget that along with all of these emotions, it's supposed to be coming. What's supposed to come with that is a logical, sensible, objective path of right and wrong, truth and untruth. That's supposed to help us manage our emotions so that they don't get out of check, so that they don't lead us to some bullshit. And all of that shit is leading us to some bullshit. Because to me, bugging out about us pointing out an honest observation about certain groups of people, and it can't be all of them. How could it be all of them? Not all of them even know it. Not all Christians are aware of the Bible enough, because a lot of them don't even fucking read it. Most of them don't. They're not even aware enough of what it is themselves and what they believe that they can call themselves Christians. Just like a high school a sophomore who just joined the fucking basketball team says that he's an NBA championship winner, and he's won rings. You can say that that's what you prepared to do, but until you do those things, you are not that. You aspire to be, but you are not that, not yet. There's things you have to do in order to gain that shit. So a Christian can call themselves a Christian, but you're not a Christian unless you do this shit. You might be an aspiring Christian. You are not a Christian. Now, how many people are a part of this other group? No, you might think you are, but you don't practice or even know what it is that you should be practicing. So, of course, a lot of people who adhere to the title can actually be, you can't be blamed for nothing that the other group, the true members of this group, you can't be blamed for their shit. You can't take their success either. Now let's look at that for a second. When you talk about the success of people, if you want to take this particular group and say that something in the name of what they stand for is being used to harm other people, you can't be talking about all of them, and you know you're not. Because when you talk about the good shit that they do, you know you're not talking about all of them. You don't shake every hand of people who are a member of this group and thank them for what other individuals have actually done in the name of. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, what black man has ever done anything great that I can take credit for because I'm also black? Nothing. I didn't do that. And you can tell that I can't get credit for that because I don't have his money. And you know that. I don't have his money. I don't have his awards. I didn't get invited to this or that or whatever ceremonies and all sort of shit that he got involved with by winning something. So if I cannot share your winnings, I cannot share your blame. That takes an individual fucking thing, and I'm tired of, I shouldn't have to explain this shit to other people. Andrew Tate, Kanye, anybody else who wants to speak on things like this, those guys are smart. I don't really believe that they are articulating what it is that needs to be said in the way that needs to be said. I think I do. There's no logical way around what the fuck it is that I'm saying. I cannot take your success and turn it into monetary gain because I didn't do that. Then I also cannot take your blame, and we know that. So when I point to other things, and anybody else point to other things that a certain group of people have done good, that don't mean all y'all got paid off that. No, you didn't. That don't mean that all y'all got honored, y'all all got the awards, y'all all got the... No, the fuck you. They didn't call your name onto the stage. That wasn't you, so that means the bad shit wasn't you either. So how can I ever be talking about all y'all? I'm not talking about all y'all. All y'all not even privy to what it is that you even doing. You just attaching yourself to a title. Because of your bloodline, your family, or your culture, or your history, and your family. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, bro. Y'all gonna be adults around me, or you can kick rocks, beat feet, go that way. Stay the fuck away from me. Because this is a grown man conversation. I can't talk about this shit to punk ass, pussy ass, soft, underbelly ass babies who virtue signal and socially react to fucking words or honest observation as if somebody has been killed. I ain't hurting nobody, I'm only talking. So we're going to respect that shit, or we're going to act the way you act about everything that you do. And it's going to be fair, and you're going to honor it, and it can come to fucking fight for all I care. It can come to a fight. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Now, let me rock my shit. Fuck out of here, bro. Do they all have something in common? Now I get to say it. Now I get to go down the list. Especially if things on the list are important things that we would all expect and be prepared to honor and salute and find some level of acceptance even if we don't adhere to it. Because the biggest diss, I think, to these group of people that seem to be so fucking sensitive and seem to be in so much control of everything, the biggest diss to them is for me to understand what it is that their religion and their culture is about, knowing that I can also adhere to it, and then I go, no thank you. I don't believe in your God. I don't believe in your book. Your book is not in my house. I'm not going to teach my kids. That's the diss. Now y'all mad, though. Then I go, I think people that believe in things like this are using those same thoughts and beliefs to gain control over certain things and do certain things to certain people because of what their culture, religion and beliefs has caused them to think and feel about other people. If I do that, you're way too late to diss me for dissing them. It's way too late because I already understand their religion and I said no thank you. I'm not following that. I don't even believe it. I think it's kind of silly and I'm never teaching my kids that shit. You already been dissed. See that? And that takes an intellect to look past all the bullshit and find the subjective truth in things that some of them motherfuckers claim that they have and nobody else really has. Now, how high is your fucking IQ to try to pass this shit by me like I'm fucking stupid and then I call you out? Like, no, fuck you, that's not how life works. I already diss you by saying I'm not joining your religion. That's the diss. I just said that your soul is on a fucking dumb path to hypnosis because I don't believe none of that shit. I'm not reading your book, fuck your book. I've already dissed you. To not join you is to diss you. I'm aware of you and I say no. That's the diss. Everything else I say after that is not the diss that you need to go censor. Y'all are using that to hide. And I know this, and you're not smarter than me, and I don't give a fuck about what you think or ever do about it. Kiss my dick, that's my word, RPM Trey Vietnam with y'all dumb asses. We see you. And it ain't all of you. But who is doing it for those reasons. Just like not all women are emotionally fucking stupid. No, they're not. But when they are emotionally stupid like a woman. That don't mean that all of them are. That don't mean that it can't be overcome. But what it does mean is, it is a characteristic, the characteristics and where it comes from, how it plays out, especially when it plays out to a rhythm that you can identify, especially when you want to break it down to the science of hormonal imbalances from pregnancy, post-pregnancy, the estrogen, the hormones, and the period cycle, all of that shit, bro. When you consider all of those things, and you believe that it all comes to a manifestation, sometimes in a negative way, sometimes in a positive way. When a woman has a beautiful soul and she blesses the world, her man, her children, with a pure, sweet essence of a woman, that she is sweet in a way that only a woman can be. That don't mean that all of them are sweet. I'm not going to keep on trying to break down this logic to you motherfuckers as if somehow what I'm saying is going to be misunderstood and I'm going to be seen as a bad guy when it seems so clear to me that all I'm doing is making honest observations. So if you can understand what I'm saying about the woman thing or about the black thing, you can understand what I'm saying about the yeah, those guys, yeah, because not all of them are like that, but the ones who are like that for that reason, and I get to say that. Now you can kiss my dick. Do something about it. You ain't gonna do shit. Fuck whoever won't smoke about the shit. I bet you I keep saying it. When I do this open carry today, please believe it's gonna be some hugs and some shit talking. Fuck whoever imposing what the fuck it is I'm talking about, bro. You don't gotta like me. I don't gotta like you. Now, good luck with your bitch ass.